The river all our life.
We lived up on Chief Quina Road. Grandma and them had a home there. That's where we lived in the winter. Then summer, the fishing, Grandpa would move down the river and they had that cabin there. We stayed there till fall again, and then we'd move back up. I was in 4th grade. Grandpa's listening fish.
Pretty much a fishing village is what it was down along the river. That's why everybody lived there, is because it was convenient for your boats and your nets. Everybody had all their gear along the river.
They didn't build those houses. They were there already. And Auntie?
Mm-hmm. Like, we moved there every fishing season. Stayed there until they went to school. We had to walk to school from Chief Martin Road. We used to have to go through the woods to get down to Lummi Shore Road, and then every day we had to walk through there.
It was just a trail. There wasn't a road then. Back there in Chief Martin Road. Well, we call it Chief Martin Road, but there wasn't a road there. There was just a trail.
4th grade, and I moved to Chemawa. The reason we moved, there was a bunch of us moved to Chemawa, so we went down there for eye treatments. I don't know why they sent us clear down there, but we had to stay in the hospital for a month down there. And when we got out, some of the kids were kind of jealous of us because we got to stay in the big older children's building. Got to have same privileges as they did, and they say, stay away from them lummies. They got some kind of disease. That was eye treatment.
Dad said that there was a vehicle that would go down there and get them.
Yeah.
But when they would go pick up somebody, the vehicle would break down. It had a red top, and then they have to get out and push it.
Oh, they brought us. They shipped us to Chemawa on a truck with a tarp over the top. Yeah, and it would be flopping like that, and raining. Raining at one point, and they lift the tarp up to let the rain up.
And how many of you guys went down?
There must have been about 15 of us.
Wow.
Hillers and Lanes and. Huh?
You and Auntie Norma?
Norma didn't go.
Oh,
Sister Frida did.
Oh, okay. Where was Norma?
She didn't have the disease.
Oh, God. So she had that funny day?
Yeah. Then the
I'm
next.
not laughing at them, laughing.
The next year, she wanted to go, and we didn't. I didn't want to go. Like, I think when we went down, I cried every night, not wanting to go home. And I think we were there like 3 months. Then came home, and then our grandma wasn't going to let us go the next year, and we cried to go back.
Wow, really?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
There's always stories that people were mistreated in boarding school, but Mom said she never experienced that, and she actually grew to like it.
Uh-huh.
She didn't like it when she first went. She cried a lot because she was so young and missed her family.
Wow.
But she got used to it,
Wow.
and she liked it after
Yeah.
a while.
So, Auntie, you just grow up there?
Pardon?
Did you grow up in the boarding school until before you, and after you came back home?
Yeah, I went there till the 10th grade.
Wow.
Then some of my friends and I got run away from Chihuahua. All because one of the girls' boyfriend got, that was Don Cook.
Okay, we know names.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear it.
I can't remember what he'd done, but he got kicked out of, either had to go on his own and he was graduating that year too. And,
Booted out.
uh-huh. And my girlfriend, she says, well, let's go to Portland. So stupid me, I go. And that's how I left Chama. But we were going down the street, and here comes Penny Hilaire and Kenny Placid on a car while we were walking on the street.
Wow. Model T. Model T.
And you girls are going back to Chama. They brought us back, and
Wow.
I was the only one they'd accept back, and my girlfriends, they wouldn't accept them back, so that's how I left Chama. After I don't know how many years. I wished I'd never run away from Jonathan.
6 years there. Long time.
Because I was,
How did you meet Uncle?
huh?
Deborah asked, how did you meet Uncle?
Oh, that was Tomish. He asked to go for a ride on the Ferris wheel.
Going on a ride with him.
Then we went to the dance at Alamy.
Wow.
Mom and Dad knew each other from when they were young. I got pictures of them, and Mom looks like she's in about 4th grade, and Dad must be, I don't know,
Oh.
he's 3 years older.
He's in the back row and she's in the front row.
So they grew up together.
Yeah.
You know, they knew each other all the way from when they were young kids. So it wasn't like she didn't know him.
I really never knew him.
Oh, you didn't, but he was in your class. I have a picture of him in that classroom.
Wow.
I say, hey, there's Dad in the back. And Mom
Wow. That's amazing.
That's something. This brings me so down the river and all that. Oh, but what about the turnaround? Stop talking about that one. That was the life of the whole reservation.
So, Auntie, who do you remember living from one house to house to house? I remember the fire station. Do you remember the fire
That very first building,
station? Yeah.
there was no doors, I don't think.
Remember they built us a
The
playground?
old truck.
Yeah.
The old truck was there, and then every time we'd get flooded, Mom would go get that big hose and just squirt the whole house out and all the mud and everything.
Our house never did go under. Dad always.
Yeah, 'cause you had it up,
Dad
yeah.
always kept our house up. so
Remember-
we hardly-
Auntie, you guys' house was always on stilts all the time, yeah.
Dad kept it raised. So
Yeah, and your grandpa too, Herman?
Mhm.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
was house on stilts too, yeah.
I can remember looking in the floor hole, and then like a knot hole in the wood, and you could see the river swirling underneath there.
Coming up.
Did
Yeah.
anybody live in your guys' house before you, or did your dad always
Most-
live in that house?
No, he lived on that island.
Oh, he did too.
No, somebody else lived there, and I can't remember who it was. Auntie, do you remember who lived there before us? Because that house was there before. Because we lived on the island, because that's where I was born at.
I can't remember who lived there.
Somebody lived there.
Uncle
Remember
Manuel lived over there.
Who?
Uncle Manuel and Auntie Arlene.
Oh,
lived
yeah.
over there. I don't know if that was the house.
I know the Leonard and them lived next door to you folks.
When Marion.
Yeah, and then Aunt Sadie
Yeah.
was next, and then I want to say
Dutchie Blue.
in it.
Yeah,
Dutchie.
Dutchie Blue,
yeah,
and then
Dutchie.
Ernestine and
Remember the bachelor pad?
yeah.
I
The
remember, Darlene remembers this one. Do you remember Mom used to dress us up? We'd have a parade once in a while. Down
her
was
favorite part of
getting
the
out
living
entertaining
down
us.
there.
Yeah.
And we was playing baseball. We was playing baseball, you know, like, I don't know, well, where'd we get that ball from? Anyway, we was playing baseball. And remember that, the bachelor house. You know, they were all cool and everything. And here comes
Shambo?
No, he had big lips. He was
Dawn?
no, Don. That's his name, Mall.
Dutchie?
Dutchie. Darlene was pitching, and he goes, "Let me bat," you know, 'cause they would come by us once in a while. Oh, I'm not kidding you, Darlene. His pants fell down. We all scattered.
Yeah.
Auntie, we all scattered. Ah!
I don't remember that.
Kept running.
Yeah.
He was batting and he hit the ball and that happened and he just kept running.
Oh my gosh. It didn't seem like they bothered anybody, huh?
No.
Well, my uncle was one of those bachelors.
Yeah, Uncle Harold.
Uncle Harold
He never
was?
married.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Never
Uncle
married.
Harold. Yeah, that was just a bachelor pad. It was like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, he stayed there with, I don't know who was all there, but Uncle was there.
Well, Rena and Wayne lived in that house before the bachelors
Right,
lived in it.
exactly, Loretta. Right.
So I remember
right.
Karen used to always say, can I go spend the night with them? And Mom would always say no. But this one time she says, go ahead. And we got over there and we were all the kids were in the bedroom jumping on the bed. And I didn't hear Wayne say, stop jumping on the bed. They all jumped off the bed and I'm the only one on the bed. And he came in there, start yelling around and he scared me so bad I ran home in the middle of the night. Well, it seemed like miles away, but it wasn't. I never stayed with them again after that. I never got to even spend the night because he scared me so bad. But
Oh my gosh.
I remember Mom, every time she would have another baby, I don't know how many babies after me, but we'd have to go to Rena's and she would have to take care of us.
oh,
I just remember her combing our
She
hair.
would braid our hair because Mom would be at the hospital. So Dad would send us down, Auntie, me and Cynthia. I don't think Heather and Althea were. Anyway, send us down. You braid Lori and Cynthia's hair. And we'd take them. And then, I'm serious. Auntie, are you playing with us? Walk up the river, across. I was like freaking 3 years old. You go, why'd you guys do that to us? Just
Do what?
how nobody picked us up. He goes hungry. We'd come down the river and there was a smokehouse full of hooligans in the wintertime, or we'd get sprouts, remember?
Yep.
We'd get sprouts. We'd go out there and eat sprouts.
on the weekends, yeah.
Yep. We never went hungry.
And berries.
And
Yeah.
berries.
Salmon
Remember
berries.
the salmon berries?
Mhm.
Yeah, we never went hungry. There was no McDonald's or food
What?
in the house.
There was that drive-in down Marietta.
Smoked fish.
What was that guy's
Oh,
name?
Curly's.
Curly's dad used to bring us there every once in a while
yeah,
and
yeah,
get us
yeah.
a
When we got
hamburger.
older. When
Yeah.
we got older, yeah.
Fries and milkshake, isn't it?
Yep, milkshakes.
Yeah, Mom used to work there.
Did
And
she?
Auntie, Mom used to work at Curly's.
I don't know.
You
Well,
want a
Curly's
chair?
restaurant and then Curly's Tavern.
I used to, my favorite house down the river was Fran's, because she had a heat in there and electricity. It was all bright and
In
painted
her
in there.
smokehouse?
No, in her
home.
little house, and
Yeah.
she also had her own bath, a toilet, and running water, and
Wow.
a bathtub in there.
Well, so did Aunt
What?
Sadie.
Yeah.
Aunt Sadie had a restaurant back.
What?
She was always into arts and crafts, though. Fran.
Yeah.
I used to go
yeah.
there and want to live with her.
I would have to,
And the chief.
I would have to
The
run
Chief.
up there and use their phone.
Yeah, they had a phone.
I can't remember
Well,
who I
they were
called.
in business. They were fish fighters.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
That's
had all
right,
that.
yeah.
They had business right on the water.
I must
Yeah.
have had to call Grandma maybe.
Because Grandma always had a phone over
Yeah.
here.
I don't know
Johnny
what
used to
I'd
be
call.
their worker. He would
Yeah. Really?
wait for the boats to pull up to the,
Yeah, to the fish house.
and then he would
gaff them? Gaff them?
throw them up, and then he would weigh them, and then they had a bag, and he would give them the cash.
She used to
Johnny
invite us
did.
up there. We used to work at her fish house.
Oh, I don't see. I never. Yeah.
We used to. She'd have us count fish. They'd pick all the fish up off the boats.
Yeah,
All the boats
yeah.
would
Because I
come.
remember that, the pitchfork.
Yeah.
And so we'd
Wow.
we'd be counting all the fish.
Yeah, you had to be a counter. Yeah.
And so every
There was
one
so
of
much
us-
fish, Auntie. I'm serious. The
Yeah.
whole boats used to be loaded.
Yeah. So we
Do you remember Lillian Fair?
Yes.
Who?
Lillian, remember she lived in that house next to, whose house did
And-
she live
Next to the
Dick Fair?
Lillian was here, and
That
then
was
next
his
to
mom,
it
I
was
And Sadie.
Washington's. That Washington
That's
lady,
where we
she was
lived.
a fish buyer too. Remember?
Yeah.
Who was
Washington.
that Washington woman that used to buy fish next to
Christine.
Lillian?
Yeah.
Christine.
Washington.
She
Yeah.
had an apple
Then
tree.
then
Yeah,
Lillian
we
and
couldn't pick off it.
Lillian and Richard Fair. Then that next house is where we stayed growing up in summer, next to Lillian.
Remember all those elephant
I can't pick Yeah, I remember the elephant ears. Yeah.
Yeah.
ears?
Bachelors and then,
Tell me about
Yeah.
the good
and then
old
Christine.
And we were little, so you
They
had
had Lillian Fair.
Sometimes it feels like this world's gone crazy.
Leonard and them lived next to you guys.
Leonard Jefferson
And Sadie and
Take me
Got
back
you.
to yesterday, when the line between right and wrong didn't seem so hazy. Did lovers really fall in love to stay, stand beside each other, come what may? Is promise really something people kept, not just something they would say? Families really bow their heads to pray. Daddies really never go away. Oh, grandma, tell me about the good old days.
We walked down the bridge. We got on a sandbar. Yeah, just
Fell?
like that. We fell in the water because it was